is still completely possible to use Instagram to grow your business. If anything, there are even newer opportunities for you to grow your business on Instagram because Instagram have released so many new features to support businesses on their platform. So if you're wondering how, or if you're just a bit unsure as to whether or not it's still possible, this video is going to be a must watch because I'm going to be breaking down the exact steps for you to follow to grow your business using Instagram in the immediate future. Before I get to it though, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you enjoy content like this because I upload new videos every single week. Okay, first thing I'm going to need you to do is to set up your Instagram for business profile. Now, if you're listening to this and thinking I've already done that, I'm just going to need you to wait before you click off the screen because I'm going to run through some mandatory things that you need to have done to ensure that your profile is set up correctly. Because whilst you may have set up your profile already, it might not be optimized for success. Okay, so first thing, make sure it's a business account. Might seem like a no-brainer, but sometimes businesses don't bother to switch their account over to a business account, or maybe they switch it over to a creator account. And because you're a business, it should really be a business account. And if you're worried about your access to music when you use features like Reels, if you set up your business account and choose the category entrepreneur, you'll still get full access to Instagram's music library on Reels, okay? So what I need you to do is to switch your account to a business account so that you get full reign of all of their features, including things like your insights, which become imperative when you are trying to figure out how well your content is performing. Next up, you need to have a very clear and relevant profile photo. Now, a lot of people sleep this bit because they're like, well, I'm just gonna put my logo on my profile photo. I get that that makes sense, but I just want you to double check what variation of the logo that you're using. Is there small text in your logo? Because if there is, don't use it as your profile photo. Your profile photo is tiny, right? So you need to make sure that whatever you're using in your profile photo is really easy to see. So if it's of a logo, make sure there's no small text. If it's of you, make sure that your background is really simple or that you've removed it completely using a tool like Canva. There's a link to join Canva in my description if you don't already have access to the tool. Regardless, your profile photo needs to be clear and easy to see. Next up, your contact details. You're a business, so I'm going to guess that you would like people to know how to contact you. Please do not ignore the contact options on your profile page. Click the edit profile button, scroll down and add your email, add your phone number if there's a relevant business phone number, add a website, add everything that you need to add in order to facilitate people contacting you and finding out more information about your business, okay? And that also goes for action buttons. So when you're a business account, you can add action buttons like book now or like reserve now and that kind of stuff. And action buttons may not be relevant to all business types, but it might be relevant to yours. So again, let's utilize these features and make it as easy as possible for our audience to find out more about us, but also to invest in us and purchase our products or services. Last thing to say in regards to setting up your profile is your bio. Now, I could speak for a while about your bio, but what I really want to just land, the main point that I want to get across here is that your bio needs to give people a reason to follow you. One of the biggest mistakes that business accounts make on Instagram is that their bio is focused on them and it's like, oh, follow me because I'm going to sell to you. Like, this is what my business is about and that's kind of it. Whereas people follow Instagram pages because they want to get something from them. Something of value needs to be offered there. So whether it's like you're going to give them inspiration, you're going to help educate them on beauty products, you need to think of something tangible that you're going to be giving your audience in return for them following you. Otherwise, you are going to struggle to gain a following. Step number 2 is to develop your strategy. I'm making that face because it's a big step. So I'm just going to break it down. Now, Instagram is a marketing channel and it's really important that we treat it as such. So I want you to treat Instagram with the same level of respect that you would treat like a TV campaign or something like that. And actually spend the time and effort to come up with a marketing strategy for your Instagram page rather than just creating an Instagram page for your business and just sharing photos of your products or your services. That's not a strategy. We're going to come up with something a lot better. Now, your strategy should be made up of 3 core points. The first is your audience. Who are they? Why should they follow you? The second is your objective. So what are you actually trying to achieve with your Instagram? This might sound obvious. A lot of people will say, well, I'm trying to make sales, but actually you might realize that Instagram is not going to be the channel that makes sales for you. Maybe you use Instagram to get people to join your mailing list. Maybe you use Instagram as a way to nurture relationships with your audience. Just get creative and think about what are you truly using your Instagram page for? And then the almighty content plan. So what you're going to post, when are you going to post it, and what features are you going to use on Instagram. Now, I'm going to give you some top tips for really mastering your Instagram strategy, so don't worry. First of all, if you are new to Instagram, you want to be posting daily. I normally avoid posting more than once per day because when you're new, sometimes you overwhelm Instagram a bit and your content doesn't perform as well as it should, right? So post daily as opposed to 3 times a week or 5 times a week, because you're trying to gather data. You're trying to test things out. You're trying to learn what's working, so try and post daily. The next tip is to always relate your content back to your audience. When you create content, it should be for your audience and only for your audience. You shouldn't be creating something for yourself because you think it's pretty. You should be creating something because you know your audience is going to like it and they're going to get some kind of value. So are they going to learn something? Are they going to be inspired? Are they going to be entertained? Are they going to find it relatable? Ask yourself if you're hitting any of those 4 value points, because if you are, then it's probably going to be a pretty good post. Set reminders to check in your goals, because it's really difficult to know if you're on track to meet your goals or your objectives if you're not continuously checking and tracking how you're doing. Use a mixture of each Instagram feature. I'm going to link to a video, I'm pretty sure I've got a video on this, where I break down all of Instagram's features and how they should be used, because spoiler alert, the content you share in your stories shouldn't be the same as the content that you share in your feed. Like, your stories are for like raw behind the scenes content and your feed is more like polished branded content. So if you want more information on that, I recommend watching that video, because you really have to respect each of Instagram's features and use them in different ways. Last but certainly not least, hire an expert. Like, if you heard all of that and thought, oh my God, how am I even gonna get started with that? Honestly, shortcut it, hire an expert. Now, if I was you, I would hire an expert from Maple. Now, Maple is a platform which allows you to hire vetted freelancers and marketing experts to help you grow your business. Now, when I say vetted experts, like, I literally mean vetted experts. So one of my favorite things about Maple, there are multiple, but one of my favorite things about this platform is you know for sure that if you hire a freelancer using Maple, that they are going to be experienced and that they are going to help you reach your goals. Now, some huge companies have worked and trusted Maple to find vetted freelancers to help them grow their business. I'm talking companies such as Amazon, Peloton, Microsoft, and Nike. Like, huge major brands have trusted Maple with their business, and you have the ability to hire similar experts to help you grow yours. You might be wondering, okay, cool, but how do they actually vet their experts? So they have this very in-depth criteria where they look at over 100 different factors to analyze and assess how good their experts actually are. So it's not just like someone says, oh, hey, I'm really good at marketing, can I join your list of experts? They don't take that as face value. They actually critique their past work and keep an eye on their future work to ensure that it performs as well as it possibly could. And only the marketers who achieve above benchmark results through their whole testing process are actually able to become vetted Maple experts. So if you're wondering what kind of roles you can hire from Maple, they are actually pretty varied. Now, obviously we're talking about your Instagram marketing strategy here, and you can very much find someone who is expert in this area who's going to help manage that and run that for you. But if you're looking for other experts, they actually do also have experts in paid ads, in email marketing, in SEO. Like, honestly, the list just goes on. So what I recommend that you do, if you know that you're serious about growing your business, is that you check out Maple via the link in my description box and hire a vetted freelancer. Skip all the fluff, just get straight to the end result and get someone who knows what they're talking about, who can take this over and help you grow your business. Step number 3, implement some growth tactics. So now that you've got your strategy on the go, hopefully you've got like a Maple expert who's helping you with your strategy and running all that stuff for you. I now want you to divert your energy to growing. And a lot of people think, like, surely that's what I should have been doing from the beginning. No, actually, you should have been spending some time just setting yourself up. And now that you're set up, you can actually focus on some growth tactics. I'm going to give you 3 growth tactics that work super well for businesses on Instagram at the moment. The first is collaborating. I think this will always be one of the best growth tactics, right? Collaborating is one of your best ways to grow on Instagram. There's a few different ways that you can collaborate. So one way is to go live with other creators. So find other creators within your niche, other experts within your product category or service category, and invite them to go live with you, right? Spend a few minutes chatting about your industry. And the reason why that can work so well to help you grow is because when you go live on Instagram with someone else, which, by the way, you can go live with up to 3 additional people, all of their audience will be notified that they are going live, which means that when you're live, the people who are watching your video probably aren't already your followers. It's a whole new audience. So you have this opportunity to bond with this new audience in real time, to speak with them, and that usually leads to them wanting to follow you afterwards. You can also use Instagram's collaboration feature, which allows you to upload content to 2 different channels simultaneously. So it's like a shared post, and you might have seen it before where someone uploads a piece of content and where it says their profile name, it says like Jane and Mary, because it's appearing on both Jane and Mary's Instagram pages at the same time. So with this tactic, you benefit from, again, a shared audience. So now all of Jane's audience can see Mary's content and all of Mary's audience can see Jane's, right? Why did I think of those 2 names? I have no idea, but you get the point. And then of course, a well-tried form of collaborating is to hire an influencer or a content creator to produce content for you and for them to share it on their own channels. Now, I could obviously talk about this for years. This is like one of my areas of expertise. But this works incredibly well because influencers have a lot of credibility within certain product categories. Even if they have a small audience, they are usually seen as a credible creator, and therefore when their audience see them promoting your brand, they often trust that promotion, and that can translate to you growing and you making some sales. Next growth hack is to dial up your reels. Yes, reels still work. The reason why reels are great at helping you grow is because the actual algorithm which powers your reels, so that thing that is deciding who's going to see your reel, that is literally trying to share your reel with people who don't follow you yet. And there aren't many features on Instagram which do that. Reels is really the main one which does that. So when you upload reels, you will always get more reach than if you're uploading something else, or at least almost always. So when you're starting out, you're trying to grow your Instagram business page, focus on reels because that's going to help you reach more people. Last growth tactic for you is to cross promote on another channel where you've got a bit more reach. So let me give you some examples. If you are already on TikTok as a brand, then you should be doing something to get people to follow you on Instagram too. Because on TikTok, you're able to reach a lot of people with your content. So if you're including some kind of call to action where you're saying, hey guys, watch the full video or check out more content on my Instagram channel, right? You're incentivizing them in some way. You can end up actually getting a lot of new people over to your Instagram account. That might also be the case on YouTube if you've got a thriving YouTube channel as well. If you have a big email list, then make sure in your signature, you're including a link to your Instagram account, right? If you've got a podcast, then mention your Instagram account. If you've got a Pinterest, then mention your Instagram account. If you have a website, then make sure you've linked your Instagram account. Any other channel that you have that you are getting some traffic on, that you are getting some eyeballs on, you should be mentioning your Instagram account so that you could be carrying those people over to your Instagram channel and they can follow you on there. Step number 4, enhance and elevate. Just added elevate to that. I'm sure it works. Let's just keep it. Enhance and elevate, right? These are a few things, or 2 things in particular, that you can do that is really going to help you like fast track your growth. So the first is Facebook ads, and obviously we're at the end of the video, so you know I'm not about to launch into a whole speech about how to use Facebook ads because it's a big topic. Instead, I am going to link to a video where I give you some tips, but I'm also going to direct you to Maple because they have paid social experts who could just take it over for you and run your Facebook ads. But Facebook advertising, when you've already got a great organic content strategy going, could be amazing for businesses because it's going to help you reach more people. And the other elevate and enhance, or enhance and elevate, I can't remember the order in which I said it. The other tip that I'm going to give you here is to turn on your Instagram shopping. Now, when you turn on Instagram shopping, it allows you to link different products or services in your Instagram content. So you can upload a post and link that shirt that you're selling and that is being displayed in that post. So people can easily shop your products or your services literally from the Instagram app, which is amazing. Okay guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you found it useful. Don't forget to check out Maple. There's a link in my description. They are the #1 provider when it comes to hiring vetted freelancers. If you feel like hanging around, I recommend watching this video. It's all about the new features coming to Instagram. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.